This is our third check-in with each other this week. Today is our weekly planning session, our cozy chat. I am answering your questions. I've got some pointers of what we're going to be doing next week, some book talk, and as usual, your choice of 4 self-care missions. Grab a glass of water or coffee, depending on which hemisphere you're in. Come back and let's dive in. Diana Demrick here, rah, rah, rah. Welcome back to our weekly planning session. We are working on not just surviving but thriving, and we had a good chat last week, and many of you, it really resonated, that idea of creating a life that you do not need a vacation from. The usual lineup as in previous weeks. I'm answering your questions, quick fire round. We'll be talking about books. I've got 4 self-care ideas for you to choose from. And you've worked really hard this week. We were decluttering in Flylady Zone for the master bedroom. We've also been cleaning together for 10 minutes, but you can relax today. We're not setting a timer. And I don't do any sponsored content, and I don't put annoying adverts in the middle of my videos, so you can relax. Though it may be a good opportunity while you're listening today, while we're chatting. Maybe you want to fold laundry, wash the dishes. If you're in the office, give it a quick tidy up. Same applies to your car. Okay, let's dive into the questions. So first question, storage. Do I store seasonal stuff in my bedroom or somewhere else? Most of my stuff I can wear all year round, but I do have 1 box of seasonal things, and that is things like beach dresses that I would not be wearing even layered up around Copenhagen. So I've got those separately in a tub, and at the moment I've put it in the one of the kids' bedrooms, but actually there would be space in our bedroom now to keep that there. And it's funny because if you know the story, like years ago I had so many clothes. I had clothes in the basement, we have a big basement. I had tons of stuff down there. I had clothes in tubs underneath the guest bed, stuffed into the wardrobes in our room, and now everything fits in our bedroom. I love it. Hubby, he's got the first section in our bedroom, and I've got the other 2 sections. Hubby doesn't have so much stuff. Right, next question. Plunge pool and my ice swimming. I made a video recently, was at the end of last year, about the difference between me using my plunge pool at home, and it's just a plastic swimming pool, you know, like you would get for the kids. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just a plastic tub that you fill up with cold water, and I change the water every 6 to 8 weeks. And I made a video about it, and people have asked, am I doing that in addition to the ice swimming and the winter bathing that I do? And the answer to that is yes. When I got the plunge pool, I thought, oh, on the days that I wasn't in the sea, I could use it. But actually, I've noticed that my mood has been so much better when I'm using the plunge pool in the morning. I always feel, when I'm going out there, when it's dark at 6:30 in the morning, but that mental kick that I get of it. So actually, I'm doing both. And I have to tell you a funny story, because my plunge pool has been frozen solid. You know, we've had this kind of Arctic winter in Denmark the last few weeks. Couldn't get into it, frozen solid. And we started to have the big thaw here the last couple of days. And the other day I managed to get all the ice out of it. There were huge chunks of ice. It took me a while, but I managed to get back into it, and it felt so good. So that's the plunge pool. Next question. What do I do with the clothes that I have worn? Usually if it's something that's not being worn next to the skin, for example, a blazer or a sweater, I will air it. I will either put it on a hanger and air it next to the window, or I'll put it outside for a day. And then after that, obviously, I mean, use your common sense here. If it's obviously stained or dirty, it will go in the wash. But I do not wash after one use. When I've aired them, I usually put them in the wardrobe, but they're on a hanger, and they're like at the right-hand side of my wardrobe, so I know what I've worn recently and what I can wear again before it gets washed. A question, how often should we be doing the 10-minute cleans and declutters? There's also been a lot of comments, I can't get it all done in the 10 minutes, I'm not as fast as you. The idea behind the 10 minutes As I've said before, we're not trying to get it all done. You've seen the list that I have. We are not trying to get all that done. And if you're trying to get it all done, or if you are getting it all done, I want you to be careful about that, because I coach privately, and many of my clients have done that thing where they have been crossing everything off their list, but they haven't kept the rest of the things in balance. They're not staying up to date with laundry. They are not making self-care a priority. They are not getting out and spending time with friends or family. So be very careful about that. That's the reason I say, you don't need to be printing off lists, just work along with me. And if you can't do as fast as I do, or maybe I'm not as fast as you are, you can slow down the video, but also that the 10 minutes is just a guide. What I want you to see is that by actually just saying, we're just going to do 10 minutes, how that can really affect what's going on in your head. And I've had so many comments saying, oh, I'd been putting this off for such a long time, or wow, my windows have never been so clean. Love that comment. So often we put it off because we think that we need to do the whole thing, or we need to do it perfectly. This is my little gift for you. I'm working along with you in real time, and you can see what is possible in the time. If the rest of the week you've got time to do more, that's great. If you don't have time to do anything else the rest of the week, wow, look what you got done. Okay, so just use it as a little kind of springboard into your week. Right, next question. Moving on. The clothes swaps. I get a lot of questions about the clothes swaps. And the question that always comes up, what do we do with the clothes that nobody wants from the swap? We all help to pack up at the end. And what we do at the end is anything that we don't take home, we bag it up and it goes to charity, it goes to women's shelter, men's shelter. Vibeke and I, the last time we packed up all the books that were left over, we took those to the book exchange. There are also children's toys. We took those to the charity shop. So anything that we're not using, it's passed on to somebody else. And that's why we love our swaps, because if we're not using it, it gets passed on to somebody else who needs it and will love it. And on all of my clothes swap videos and things talking about, I'll put the playlist there. I've put a list of how we manage the parties, how we set them up. It's all in the video information of each one. Right, another question. The printables, if you're wanting to print off the list, and remember, you don't need to print off anything in order to start cleaning and decluttering. They're on my website, dianedenmark.com. I don't sell anything, I don't sponsor anything, so you can get those there for free. A couple left. Days, oh yeah, I've had a lot of questions saying, can I put out the videos earlier than the day? Can I put out the videos later in the day before? I put up the videos as I can. People watch me from all around the world, so I cannot put them out for individual time zones, but I have made over 1,000 videos. I must be up at, 1,100 videos. I've made a lot of videos and they're all well organized by category. If you want to know more about Denmark, I've got a playlist for Denmark. Dressing Your Truth, the clothes swap parties, that's on another playlist. And the cleaning and decluttering videos, I've also got those organized by area. So if you want motivation for working in the bedroom, I've got a playlist for Flylady Zone 4, similarly for the bathroom, the basement, Flylady Zone 3. So you can find them there. And even I've forgotten what videos I've made. Sometimes I come across one, it'll come up in my own YouTube feed and I thought, oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that one. Right, the last question, which isn't actually a question. You are loving the new schedule that I'm doing of 3 times a week. I'm checking with you on Mondays where we declutter for 10 minutes together. I'm checking in with you on Wednesdays where we clean for 10 minutes together. And then the weekly planning, we're not just surviving, we're thriving here. How do we do that? And I've just loved that you are loving me being back on the schedule again. Let me know in a comment if you're enjoying it too, or if you're not enjoying it. And I've get so many comments that it's so easy to keep on top of cleaning, decluttering and thriving. And that's my reward here. I just love reading through the comments. And honestly, if you know, it just makes my day when I get these comments. I'm not going to get teary, but I just love hearing from you that you're just working along with me and seeing that, you know, how much joy you can get out of your week. And that's why I also try and share with you, where I'm not just here on the decluttering and cleaning. I'm showing you that once you've got some balance in that, how much life can open up for you, how you can enjoy having time with family, friends, new hobbies. It's not about the things that we have, it's really about the connections that we have. Anyway, I'll get off my high horse now. And what are we on to next? But let me just drink some water first. A quick book update before we go on to where we're going to be working next week and our 4 self-care missions. I've had a couple of duds that I've been reading recently, so I won't mention those to you. The PD James that I'm reading at the moment, that is improving, so I will get through it. But I'm really excited because I've just had a message from the library. I got an email saying that I can come and collect 2 books that I've had on order. And they are ones that I've loved the series of these before. Richard Osman, The Last Devil to Die, which is 4th in the Thursday Murder Club series. I love his books, and I get all my books at our local Danish libraries, so they're always brilliant at getting these things. I've been in the queue waiting for these ones. And the other one is Ellie Griffiths. I know many of you have read her series since you've been following me. And this is The Great Deceiver, which is number 7 in the Brighton Mystery series. So not the Dr. Ruth Galloway series, her other series. Ellie Griffiths has got various series. I love them all. My favourite is the Ruth Galloway series, but I'm looking forward to reading The Great Deceiver. And as we are coming up for the weekend, it's Friday. I'll just let you know where we're going to be working next week. This week we're working in Flylady Zone for the master bedroom, and next week we're moving into the living room. Now next week we're moving from one month to the next, and Flylady breaks it up into 2 different zones. Don't worry about it, just follow what I'm doing. We'll mainly be working on the living room, and we'll be working a bit on the hall, the entryway, how you come into your home, which is Flylady Zone 1. As I said, don't worry about it. I will lead you through it, but that's where we're going to be doing our decluttering and our cleaning. And actually, something that we did for self-care last week got me thinking about more things that I can declutter. Self-care for last week, I chose number 4, and I watched A Night in Casablanca, the Marx Brothers film. And I watched it, and then I realised, and I had a really good time because my husband's like, oh, you could hear me giggling. It's one of the films that makes me kind of giggle. There's so many good one-liners in it. But I realised that I've got a whole box set of Marx Brothers films, and I'm probably not going to watch the other ones. So they're probably going to be decluttered. Anyway, just a wee heads up for next week. I'm going to be decluttering DVDs, the LPs that you've seen me decluttering, and kids' games. On to our self-care for this week. As you will see, they're kind of themed by Flylady Zone. So we've been working in the bedroom this week. And as usual, let me know in a comment, because you're commenting on every video that you watch. Let me know if you're going to choose 1, 2, 3 or 4. So first self-care mission is to wear an heirloom or some kind of item that you have been keeping for best. Whatever best is. You know what I say? Every day is the special occasion. So maybe you found something when you were going through jewellery this week, family heirloom. Let's use it. You know, don't keep it getting dusty in the bottom of a jewellery box. Maybe it's a nice handbag. Maybe it's a nice pair of shoes. Number 2 is to say positive affirmations to yourself, either when you go to bed or when you get up. And it's just such a powerful thing. I've got some affirmation cards from Dressing Your Truth. And it's really funny because when I pick one in the morning, I think, oh yeah, that's really nice. And it's like, well, yeah, they're all positive things, but they put me in a good mood. And actually this one, I keep it on my desk, because anytime I'm making a YouTube video, you know, I'm about to film, I always, you know, the self-doubt creeps in and I think, oh, my hair's not right today. Is the angle good or should I be doing something else? And I read this card and it always improves my feelings. I'll just tell you what it is. The people that I interact with today are benefiting from their exposure to me and I am benefiting from my exposure to them. And I love that because sometimes for me it's that social contact that I really need. It's not the stuff. It's the social contacts that I have. So anyway, positive affirmations, either when you're on your way to bed, that always helps you sleep better, or when you get up in the morning. Number 3 is to enjoy a cup of tea in bed, or a cup of coffee, or a glass of cold water, either in the morning or in the evening. So maybe get to bed early or stay in bed a bit later this weekend. And number 4 is to plan a vacation. Now, don't worry, we're talking about creating a life that you don't need a vacation from. But a little fictitious trip. Where are you going to go? Who are you going to take with you? Are you going to go on your own, maybe? Just plan a little vacation in your head. Maybe you can put together a Pinterest board, all the ideas of what you're going to eat on vacation, or all the books that you're going to read, or all the sights that you're going to see. Just a little bit of daydreaming. If you want to plan a real trip too, do that, but don't spend too much money. And it is Friday, so I'm not going to keep you back too much longer, though hopefully you've been doing folding your laundry, washing the dishes and tidying your car or your office. And just a wee reminder about the Flylady's daily focus. Fridays are the days that we maybe go through our handbags, your purse. Have you got any snotty hankies in there? Receipts that need to come out? Just give a little quick tidy up. Get the kids to do the same. Sports bags. Whenever I come home from swimming or from ice swimming, I repack my bag. That way I'm always ready to go. And it's not any more work, but it's just nice to feel that you're in charge and you know where everything is. If you've got a stroller or a pram, give that a quick tidy out. Same goes for your car. Just do a quick tidy up, just 5 minutes, set a timer if you need to set a timer. It's also date night, and hubby and I, we actually prefer to stay home because when we go out for date night, usually we're going to a restaurant or we're going to a rock concert or the movies, something like that. But what I do, as I used to do when the kids were still at home, is make up a little snack basket for us for the weekend. And we don't necessarily eat the whole thing, but it just gives us a few snacks, and it's just a little leftover idea of what we used to do with the kids. So that's your little reminders. We've done a spot of Hygge planning today. Please make sure that you work on your self-care, fit in as many of the missions as you can. Remember to let me know which of the 4 self-care missions you're going to choose. I'm going to get on my merry way, and I'll see you next week. Woohoo! All I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the weekly planning Hygge be with you, and I'll see you on Monday with the rah, rah, rah. Okay, bye for now. Have a great weekend.